Hi, this is Juan from Boynton Pro Audio and the Music Square, and I wanted to take a moment today to talk to you about a very cool new interface from the people at Focusrite, and it's called the Clarett 4 Pre. This is sort of a continuation of their Clarett line, and what's so interesting about this particular unit is it has enough features and has enough power to be a really effective and strong home recording tool, but it's also easy enough to get used to and understand that you'll be able to basically plug it in and get going almost immediately. So let's go over some features together, and we're going to go through why I think this is just such an amazing and powerful piece of equipment. So let's take a closer look at the Focusrite Clarett 4 Pre. This is an 18-in, 8-out recording interface, and if we look at the front panel, we'll see that we have 4 inputs up front, and what those inputs are able to accept are instrument level, line level, and microphone level signals. We have phantom power available on those mic preamps, and we also have gain controls for all 4 channels, but what's also really interesting is a new feature that we have that's called the air mode. So you can access the air mode by using Focusrite's control software that you can download when you buy the interface. And what this does is it gives us the sound of an old transformer-based microphone preamp. And what that does is it brings out a lot of detail and it brings out a lot of harmonic richness in the top end. And it's one of those things that you might read it and think that it might be kind of gimmicky, but it is really very cool. And it really brings out a lot of the characteristic of the individual microphones that you're using. As we move along, we have a monitor control to control the monitor volume, but what we also have that's very cool are 2 headphone outs. This is incredibly handy, especially if you're going to be recording something with someone else right next to you, or if you're going to be playing the engineer role and you want to be able to listen to what's happening as well as what the performer is going to be listening to, and maybe you wouldn't want to blast your ears quite as loud as they are when they're tracking. And it's a very cool feature for Focusrite to include. Taking a look at the back panel, we have SPDIF in and out, we have our Thunderbolt connection, we have our optical input, MIDI in and out, assignable line outputs, and another 4 line inputs. So armed with the 4 inputs on the front panel, your optical input, your SPDIF, and your line inputs, you have a total of 18 inputs with the Focusrite Clarett 4 Pre, making it an incredibly powerful yet compact recording interface. So now let's take a look at the Focusrite control software. This is something that you can download directly from the Focusrite website after you buy your recording interface, but it's not something that you have to use in order to make use of your recording interface. If we look at the top left, we have our monitor outputs, a dim control, and a mute function. We can also control our hardware inputs, we can manage our headphone mixes, our line outputs, our SPDIF outs, and our playback control. Moving over to the device settings, this is where we can change it from a line level to instrument level signal. And what we can also do is this is where we can turn on our air control. And again, this was making it sound more like a transformer-based microphone preamp. If you look to the left, you can also change your sample rate, your clock source, your SPDIF source, and your monitor controls. So one of the really cool parts about my job, and one of the things that's so fun working for a company like Boynton Pro Audio, is when you're a retailer, you have so many options to check out, just so much gear. It's kind of, if you're a gear nerd, it's a dream come true. And one of the things we get to do is we get to kind of compare different companies and different manufacturers and different products to each other. And one of the things that is just so consistently great about Focusrite is everything they do is just so forward thinking and so useful, and their gear is so intuitive and it's just so user friendly. Basically, as we looked at, this thing is just jam-packed with really useful features, but it doesn't have a layout and it doesn't have, software that is just overwhelming or difficult to understand. So if you are on the hunt for an excellent sounding recording interface that has incredibly low latency with amazing sounding microphone preamps and is just going to be the hub of your home recording workstation, I can't recommend that you check out the Focusrite Clarett 4 Pre enough. I think everyone here at Boynton is just totally wowed by this, and we think you will be too. So Be sure to like the channel, subscribe, and if you have any questions, just get a hold of us at www.boyntonproaudio.com, and any one of us would be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, until next time, take care.